Aloha! I am Carrie and I am back with another collective reading. And this time the question is, what did that heartbreak teach you? Not just any heartbreak, but that one. That one that was really, really tough for you. That one that I don't know, you thought, like, I'm never going to love again after this. This was my last one. So what did that heartbreak teach you? And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking, and I just appreciate all of your love and your support. All right, so we've got 4 piles here. I'm gonna get started with pile 1. This is pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. They all have rose quartz on them because I know that this is kind of a difficult subject. And so I put the rose quartz there so that we could all just have a little extra love. Just love up in this reading and love, just without, like, throughout our regular lives. Okay, let's get started with pile 1. Okay, pile 1. So this is your piece of rose quartz. It's just raw rose quartz. And then we're going to start out with your first card, which is going to be the answer to the question, what did that heartbreak teach you? So we got number 16, rebuild. This is the Psychic Tarot for the heart. So in a normal tarot deck, the tower would look completely different from this, but in this deck, this is what the tower looks like. It's a woman. She's holding her hands over her heart. There's a lightning bolt coming down, and it's kind of hurting, like, her lower half, which to me is like your support system, like where you're being supported at. But the way that she's holding her heart, it's like she's just protecting her heart from that, even though that lightning bolt is going through her and kind of like shooting up to her heart and maybe even exploding. It's interesting, but we will get clarifying cards first before we interpret. You hear those noises? I have fostering some kittens and they're playing over there. So we have, next card for clarification, we have Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet. This is number 27. Just looking at this, Fox Spirit is about being clever, being, I don't know, tricky. I think of trickster energy when I see the fox. And this fox in particular, I don't know, he's got lots of things covering his face. So he may be wearing a mask. Or she. Next, we have the Two of Cups, falling in love or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, forgiveness and the ending of challenges, exchanging gifts, don't give up on people who you love. Then we have the Queen of Swords, brilliant, experienced, humorous, judgmental, releasing situations or people that no longer serve you, seeing the humor in difficult situations, focusing on career, divorced or unmarried individuals. Then one more card for clarification, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So looking at this, starting at rebuild, I am seeing a pattern for you when it comes to heartbreak. You may tend to wear a mask in relationships. And so whoever it is that falls in love with you or you fall in love with, they don't see you for who you truly are. And you're probably mad about it. You're like, why don't you see me for who I am? And it's all because you're wearing this mask in your relationship. You are not being your true authentic self. And it's probably because of past heartbreak. You're not wanting to get hurt again. So if you put this false mask up, which is one who is more pleasing or more interesting, or whatever the more is for you, like who you believe is less likely to be hurt by these other people. So maybe they're nicer, maybe they don't disagree so much, maybe they don't have a lot of boundaries, that person who was wearing that mask. But the real you has boundaries. The real you is completely different from this mask, this fox spirit, this person that you have crafted yourself to be after all that heartbreak. And the reason that that heartbreak came around for you, like the one that we're talking about, the one that was very difficult, the reason that that one came into your life was to break down. It really wanted to break you down and break that mask down. Kind of like make it not worth it for you to put up this false mask anymore. It's like, no, I'm done with this mask because that mask got hurt. My real self got hurt. I might as well be me if I'm going to be getting heartbroken all the time. Like it would be kind of that type of energy that you might be feeling after this heartbreak came around. But so you just may have learned to put on a mask when it comes to love. You may not show people your true self. You may not show up authentically in relationships. You might be nicer, kinder, just a whole completely different person than who you truly are. And it may not even be something that you're doing on purpose. It can be a subconscious thing because of what you've gone through. And so why you went through this heartbreak or what that heartbreak taught you was that it's not worth it to put up this mask. It's not even worth it for you to change to be whoever wants you to be, because in the long run you're not happy. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is fully in her mind. She's not really using her heart to make her decisions. She's using her mind only. So maybe after your heartbreak, you're like, you know what? Forget love. I'm going to go and I'm going to focus on my career. I'm going to go back to school. What I'm going to do is, instead of relying on myself and my heart to make my decisions for me, I'm going to, I don't know, get a coach or a therapist to tell me what to do. I'm going to listen to my mom. Like, basically, you would be using your mind to make your decisions rather than your heart, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think using your heart and mind at the same time is probably best. But, I think in order for us to get there, to understand, like, we need both heart and mind. We need to be fully in our heart, fully in our mind, and kind of like inch our way there in the middle to understand, like, oh, this is the perfect mix for me of how I'm using my heart and my mind together. But in this instance, after this heartbreak, you were probably just using your mind. Now, what it's saying is that heartbreak taught you to be your authentic self, to stop protecting your heart so much and just understand that you can handle it. Whatever comes your way, you're able to handle, whether you're being your authentic self or not. You survive both of those things, right? And so now it's safe to love again, which is what I'm getting from this romantic feelings card. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I think sometimes after heartbreak, we get scared to love again. We get scared to put ourselves back out there because we're like, no, I was wrong before and that really messed me up. If I get heartbroken again, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I may not ever be able to survive this. I might not ever be able to get out there again. I'm going to, like all of this doomsday thinking, which we tend to do just after we've been heartbroken. So we might not trust when we have a crush on somebody. We might think, oh, it's going to be the same old. I'm not going to put myself out there again. But this is saying that heartbreak happened for you to put down that false mask so you can get back into who you really authentically are. Like that loving, giggly, bubbly person who also has boundaries, who also says no to things that they don't like, who also requires certain things from people that they're dating, who also doesn't like people who are like this, but does like people who are like that. Who is selective. Like, it's okay to feel how you feel about love and to love who you love. But just because that thing happened to you before doesn't mean that you have to put up these walls and pretend like you don't need that anymore, or pretend like you're not that same person who loves that same way anymore. I think this happened for you to even learn how, like, what you do like and what you can put up with. Because if you've been being this false person for so long and you've been putting up with things that you normally don't put up with, I think especially the next time you start to get into a relationship and you're starting to do those same things over and over again, this same energy is going to show back up, because you're going to be like, oh, wait, I remember this from before. I remember this from last time when he asked me if I like shrimp, knowing that I don't like shrimp. But I said yes because I didn't want to, turn down his favorite recipe. When he said that to me, I started feeling the same energy. I started feeling like, oh no, no one's listening to me. No one understands me. And it's because of me. It's because I didn't tell the truth in this situation. And I can't put it all on the other person. So why did that heartbreak, or what did that heartbreak teach you? It taught you to put down that mask. And it's funny because this card says think on your feet, but it's like you can't think on your feet if you're wearing a mask. It takes you some time, especially in new situations. So in order for you to think on your feet, you have to be your true, authentic self. Whatever words that are going to come out of your mouth have to be the ones that are going to come, or you're just going to get caught up. Like, you're not going to be able to flow and be present in the relationship or whatever situation it is. And so it's just teaching you to be present, be there. It's okay to love. It's okay to open your heart. It's okay for you to be your authentic self. That is what that heartbreak taught you. Okay, pile one. We're going to move on to pile two. All right, pile two. This is your rose quartz piece. This is just raw rose quartz. I like to have these around my house in different places. I'll just put them in bowls just to bring that loving energy. And because of the energy of this reading being heartbreak, I really wanted to give us some extra love. So this first card is going to be the answer to what did that heartbreak teach you. And then the rest will be clarifying cards. So for you, what did that heartbreak teach you? It taught you trust. This card in the normal tarot deck would be the Fool. But it's number 0. It's trust or the Fool. And look at this lady. She's just free. Her heart is open. Her arms are wide open. She has her eyes closed. It looks like she's flying. She's flying on air with these little spirits around her. So she's honestly just trusting. She's trusting what's coming for her. She's just trusting what came. She's trusting what is coming for her, and she's trusting the things that happened to her in the past. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards. We have Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. That's number 1. This is the 3 of Wands. Planning for long term, abundance from past choices, pride and success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. And then 1 clarifying card, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So the thing that you learn from the past relationship is you learn to trust spirit, learn to trust God. You learn that whoever it is that you're going to be with isn't going to be just any old regular person. It's going to be someone special. And you might have to kiss a lot of frogs or toads, however that goes, to find that person. But you're very open to doing that. That last heartbreak taught you that you're not going to be settling for anything, that you are open to hearing what it is that spirit has to say for you or has to bring your way. And you're okay with like sampling. Like I was saying, kissing toes, like you're okay with like starting a relationship, seeing those signals like, oh, nope, that's not for me. And then moving on, because you're fully trusting, your heart is fully open. So you're not attaching yourself to any one person, but you're attaching yourself to like just love in general. If you attach yourself to love in general, you can't lose because love is everywhere. It's everywhere, it's in everything. Even in the worst of relationships, you're going to see love, but that doesn't mean that you have to stay in that situation, particularly if the love that you see isn't the kind that you want. That's what I'm seeing here from this unrequited love card. You've been maybe even in a lot of relationships, or not even in relationships, but you've been interested in a lot of people. You've been seeing them like, okay, he's cool, she's cool, they're cool, I like them. But when it comes down to actually having that contract of a relationship, things just don't work out. So maybe it is that you don't love the same way, or maybe there's like, oh, they're poly and I'm not, or they're monogamous and I'm poly, or like even just differences of how you see the world. So maybe your religion is different, or maybe you like to travel and they don't. But it comes down to things that just like things that you cannot control, like things that can't be changed, that you can't control. Maybe you're just a highly unique individual, and it's difficult for you to find people who are unique in the same way that you are, that in the long term are going to work out for you. So you've decided, I'm just going to trust. I'm going to be open and I'm going to trust spirit. So whatever it is in that last relationship, it could have been a situation in which you knew that you and that person were not going to work out, but you tried it anyway. You're like, you know what? I'm tired of being lonely. Let's make this work. So you tried to force a relationship, and you saw the heartbreak from that. You were like, you know what? If I would have just listened to spirit like I knew that I needed to do, like I knew in the beginning, then I would not have this situation. Like my heart wouldn't be broken right now. And so you're choosing to collaborate with spirit. And it's funny because like when I see ants, I see people like ants working really hard. Ants don't just, mill around without a purpose. They are looking for food. They're building something. They're out there putting in work. And this is what I see spirit is doing for you. Because when it says it's time to collaborate, it might be It's funny because you might be getting a lot of love offers right now. Like you might be having a lot of people like, oh, I like you. Ooh, you're cute. Oh my gosh, I never saw you in this way before. Like people might be coming up to you all the time and saying this to you, that they're interested in you, and you're like, okay, where's this coming from? But it's kind of like spirit sending you these people your way. Like, hey, what about this person? What about that person? Do you like this person? No? Okay, next. Like they're just giving you options because they see that you're open in receiving those options. You're open to receiving those options, and you're doing it in a way that is protecting yourself. You know what I mean? Like, even though someone comes up to you and says they like you, you're like, okay, that's nice. Let me see how I feel about it. Let me see if I'm able to survive in this relationship. Let me see if this is a relationship that is in alignment with me. So let me see. Let me just see. Like, is this cool? It's just fun for a little bit. Okay, next. But you're open to receiving that love, and you're open to all of these different options and choices, and you're just, relying on spirit to send them to you, not necessarily out looking for anything. But you can be looking also, but I'm really just getting the energy of spirit sending people your way. Planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. That's really what I'm seeing. So the Three of Wands is all about your ships coming in. Literally, this ship to me looks like it's following this lady. And I don't know if you can see this, but there's a ribbon on here that says opportunity. So like she's just very attractive lady. There's people following her around. But she is choosing not to settle for anybody. Like she's not turned around looking at that ship, waiting on it. She's not, staring at it like, oh my gosh, ship, I can't wait till you get here. I want to see all these options. She's keeping on going. And if you can catch up to her, to talk to her, then okay. Then you might have a shot. But otherwise, she got things to do. So it's the thing that broke your heart before has really opened up your heart and allowed you to receive love from all kinds of places. Maybe not even romantic, but just, from friends, love from strangers, even from gifts. I mean, you can receive love by just opening your eyes and walking outside, because you're going to see the beauty of nature. If you have nature around you, if not, you might see the beauty of architecture. Like there's love in every single thing that you do. Love is, God is. Like those are the things that I believe. So love is everywhere. You don't have to be closed off to only receiving love from a significant other. And so this person or you is very open to that. So you should be, walking around seeing love everywhere. And if you're not at this time, just like recalibrate your senses. Like, okay, love is everywhere. So show it to me, please. Like, can you make it a little bit louder, a little bit more clear for me? I'd like to see it. Thank you. But in this heartbreak, this one, the major one, that's the lesson that you're learning. And even if you're not there yet to be seeing love all around, or to be having all of these options show up on your doorstep, know that if you're open to it, like this card, you will get it. You will receive, because the universe is waiting to send you all kinds of options, all kinds of toads to kiss. It's up to you whether or not you want to kiss them, but they understand, or this heartbreak help you understand that you're not settling anymore, and that you're not going to be chasing things that are not, in alignment with you anymore. Because the last time you did that, it super broke your heart. So yeah, you are going to be open to these options that the universe has for you. This is very exciting. Okay, that's your reading, pile 2. I'm going to move on to pile 3. Okay, pile 3. This is your rose quartz. This is just raw rose quartz. But I really wanted to have some rose quartz in this reading because it's a pretty difficult one, like difficult feelings to think about when it comes to heartbreak, especially that heartbreak, that one that really, really had us feeling like, you know what, I'm done with love. I've definitely been there before, and I wanted this energy of rose quartz to just be throughout this whole entire reading. Also have a big piece of rose quartz that I have in every single reading, but I was like, no, we're going to have one on each pile. So for you, this is going to be the answer to the question, what did that heartbreak teach you? This is number 2, listen. So this is the psychic tarot for the heart. So all of these cards have to do with the heart, and the pictures reflect that. And this card happens to be the High Priestess. This lady looks like a High Priestess. She looks like she knows something when it comes to listening. She looks like she is listening and she knows. But let's move on to the clarifying cards. First card we have This is 42, outer spirit. You are never alone. Number 1, this is the Page of Wands, an amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. Sorry, this is not the page. This is the Ace of Wands. That's the Page of Cups. Sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody. Messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. Then our last card, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So that last heartbreak you had, like that heartbreak, that one that was really, really tough on you, it was about you breaking patterns, basically breaking family cycles. And that could be family cycles of like the way that you love, the way that your family loves, the way that you were taught love was. So it could even have things to do with codependency. Maybe the way that you were loving that person in that relationship was like you gave it your all. You loved them the best way you knew how to love them, and it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough for them to keep you. It still wasn't enough for them or for you to not be heartbroken. And it's like you gave it your all and nothing came from it. And so now you're questioning, okay, so if this isn't love, then what is love? Like you're asking that question, and that's the answer that you're getting, is listen. This high priestess, it's like she knows what the truth is. So if you were in this relationship before and you put all of your energy into it, all of your heart into it, and you're getting nothing back, you know that something's wrong. Like that's not the truth. The truth is that love is everywhere. So what's going on? Like why isn't this working out? Why is me giving my best and my all giving me zero? Like the math is not mathing. I need to understand what this is. So maybe that relationship caused you to go on a healing journey and to ask, like for you to ask the universe questions, for you to start praying, for you to even, go to therapy, whatever it is. And you're learning that if you ask, you will receive. This is the outer spirit, but this thing that says you are not alone, like seeing this with the high priestess is helping me see that you're getting the answers to whatever questions you're asking. So if you're asking about love, what does love look like? What is love actually? You're being shown that. And so that heartbreak that happened to you is basically wanting you to like start asking questions. It's teaching you to ask questions. It's teaching you to look for the truth and to seek the truth about what love actually is. So with this Ace of Wands, it's kind of like the beginning. Say you're on a beginning of a love journey, like a journey to seek love. Like, I want to figure out what love is. Universe, guide me on this journey and show me what love is. That is what that heartbreak has taught you to do, is to start over, basically. All those things that I was taught when I was a kid about what love is actually not true. Love isn't, being good. Love isn't getting good grades. Love isn't, showing up when you actually have other things to do. Like, love isn't putting yourself last. No, I've done that. I've tried that and it didn't work. Matter of fact, it really broke my heart. So you have this new opportunity in love to figure out what it is. Because all those isn't this, it isn't that, it isn't what my dad did, it isn't what my mom did. I saw that they were doing their best, but for me, it didn't work. So what is love for me? Like, what is it now? What is the truth of that? That heartbreak caused you to start asking those questions. And even just looking at her head, you see these little, what do you call those? Like ripples coming off of her head. It's like she is asking those questions everywhere she goes, broad and wide. What's love? Is it that? No, it's not that. Okay, that's not love. So is this love? Nope, that's not love. Like, she's getting a lot of information when it comes to love. So right now you may not even be actively in a relationship, but you're observing a lot. You're really observing a lot about, okay, this is love from what my parents thought. This is love from what my siblings feel. This is love from my bosses. Okay, this is love when it comes to my pets. But when it comes to me, what is love? Because I'm seeing all this from y'all, but I want to understand better what about me. So you're just asking those questions. Even this page of cups, sensitive, open-hearted, moody. So you're getting, it's like a lot of information. She's just sitting there like, okay, that's not love. But I remember when he did this, I really like that. So that is love. But when she did that, oh, I didn't like that. That's not love. So you might just be kind of sifting through all of the experiences that you had of love, in love, and understanding that love is not just romantic. Love is everywhere. Love is, period. So you can go outside and you can see love in the form of a flower and a butterfly. Like understanding to you what is love. So when you have your eyes open looking for love, what does it look like? But it's causing you, that heartbreak is causing you to ask those questions for yourself because you're understanding, oh, I did all of that for this person. That was what they wanted in love. But for me, it wasn't satisfactory. And even though I did all this for them, they still broke up with me. Because I'm really getting the feeling of someone like leaving you in the dust when you put in all of this work. I'm talking all of the work. You did it all. Which is, again, why I'm feeling the energy of codependency. I would look up the definition of that word because for me, it's very, very helpful to study codependency. I think that, especially in the United States, I think codependency is encouraged, not just in family relationships, but in work relationships. I mean, I can talk about codependency all day, but just looking that up and doing a little bit of research on it to understand how that affects people, what the signs are, and why someone would be codependent. So you're figuring out for yourself what love is, and you're kind of understanding that it all started when you were a kid. Like, this is what y'all taught me love was, but I did all that and it didn't work. What's going on here? And it's helping you to heal your family issues. So maybe you have, like, maybe you're estranged from your family, or maybe you're not even estranged from your family. You just don't understand them. You might feel like outside, you might feel outside of the box. You might feel like you are outside of the normal family structure, so an outsider. And this, just looking into this and understanding, okay, that's what they felt love was. And I understand why they felt like love was like that, because this was passed down. This is how grandma used to do. And, that's normal for them, but it doesn't feel good for me, even though it's normal. And maybe I've done it over and over again, but it doesn't feel good. I like to feel good. So you may have all of these questions that you're asking yourself and the universe, and you're getting answers because that heartbreak taught you to ask questions and not just assume and not just do the same things over again. That heartbreak taught you to seek outside, and that heartbreak taught you to listen to yourself, really, to your own likes and dislikes, and to what works for you. All right, pile 3, that is your reading. Okay, pile 4. This is your rose quartz. I put pieces of rose quartz on each pile because this is it's going to be a difficult reading. Like, just thinking about or remembering back to your past, or that heartbreak, that one that was a big deal for you. And so just having this energy of rose quartz, energy of love, just general love, I felt would be helpful in this reading. So I'm going to start out with your first card, which is the answer to the question, what did that heartbreak teach you? For you, it is this is number 9. This is Major Arcana. It is Seek, but this is also the Hermit card. So it's the card of going within. You see this man, he's got his eyes closed, but he's out in nature. And it's like he has his eyes closed, but his arms are open. So he's open to receiving divine guidance. Okay, let's get the clarifying cards. Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. That's number 38. Chameleon Spirit, act as if. Number 14. I like that we've got amphibians showing up. Okay, this is very interesting. And then we've got the 6 of Wands. Victory, wise choices that bring public recognition and success. Promotions, awards, or scholarships. Then the final clarifying card, Wedding. This situation involves marriage. I love this for you. Okay. So what this heartbreak, or sorry, what that heartbreak taught you was, it's very much like the energy of asking you shall receive. So I don't know if when that heartbreak or whatever that heartbreak was that you went through, if you had a list and you wrote it down and you were like, okay, this is exactly what I want in a partner. This is, everything that I desire in a partner. I will accept nothing less. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't at all. You were just like, universe, send me somebody. I just want somebody. Whatever it is that happened in that relationship, or how you got into that relationship, it made you understand that your words were important, especially when it comes to manifesting the relationship that you want. Maybe even you've seen, like, maybe you were in a relationship already, but you saw other people manifesting what they wanted. And you were like, wait, I could do that. I don't have to just settle for whatever I'm given. But whatever that heartbreak taught you, or that heartbreak was, it taught you that you could manifest whatever you wanted. And this is all about doing that. I even see, like, when I'm looking at this card, this person, they have their arms wide open. It's like they are in their minds visualizing. And then these little birds that are here they're bringing it to them. And they have their arms wide open, because you're like, I know that whatever it is that I'm manifesting is going to be exactly what I want, because I know that my word is powerful. I know that I'm a master manifester. And so I'm going to get what it is, exactly what it is that I want. So I'm going to spend my time doing that. I'm going to spend my time visualizing what it is I want. I'm going to make a vision board. I'm going to do the things, like, I'm going to act as if. So I'm going to do the things that I would need to do to be in that relationship with that person. So if I want a person that likes to travel a lot, well, I'm about to be out here traveling then. So you are going to manifest this person, because you were taught that from your last heartbreak. This lizard spirit dreamed the world into being. I mean, that's what this guy is doing here. It really looks like he's deciding, okay, I want to look like this, and I want the rug to be that color, and I want, the birds, they gotta be blue. I like bluebirds. And then it's act as if. You're manifesting that, and then you're acting like, okay, it's already here. So, again, I want my person who travels. So, me and my person, we would love to go to Barbados together. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and book my flight to Barbados, because that's what we would do. That's what I would do if I was in a relationship with this person. I would go to Barbados. So you were going to act as if you were learning these things just from that last heartbreak. It's like maybe even you manifested something, but you were like, you know what? This isn't really what I wanted. I was just settling for something that I thought I could have. But now that I see I'm a master manifester, I'm about to go for it. I'm going to ask for everything I want. 6 figures, private jets, business deals together. Let's, our business, we're going to travel the world together. I'm really getting the energy of travel just from looking at those birds. We're going to have a beautiful home on an island. That's going to be our first home. Then our second home is going to be a yacht. And our third home, somewhere up on the mountains. Yeah, let's do that. So you're going to be manifesting exactly what you want, because you know you're a master manifester. Because that last time you manifested something, you saw what your powers were, but then you were like, okay, that I didn't trust, like, not to say that you didn't trust yourself, but I didn't trust the universe to bring me everything I wanted. Now that I do, let me ask for more. And then seeing this card, victory, you are going to win. Like, whatever, like, you trust so much in yourself and the universe, and you understand that, okay, I've been through all these things so I can understand exactly what it is that I do want when it comes to a relationship. This is what I'm going to manifest. You have it written down, or you're going to write it down. You are going to visualize it. You're going to see it. You're going to start doing the things, like, the formula, whatever your formula is specifically, you know it, and you're going to implement it. That's what that heartbreak taught you, which is a huge lesson. And that's why I said I love this for you, because weddings, like, victory and wedding, like, you're getting what you want. And it might not even be a wedding. Maybe you're not a wedding person, but that commitment, like that coming together of two people, of like just coming together of like-minded individuals. Doesn't even have to be two, it could be multiple. If you're a poly, but like just coming together of people and creating a contract, whether it's simply verbal or you do the legal paperwork. You are going to get what you want, and it is going to, like, solidify in the real world. You're visualizing it, and it's going to be happening in the real world. That's what I'm seeing here. So that heartbreak taught you that you are a master manifester. You get what you want. You will get what you want. You will have victory. All you need to do is, do your formula, your secret sauce for your manifesting. Do all the things that you do when you manifest, and you're going to get it, and it's going to be done. Wedding. We're getting the yachts. Next, we're going to get that jet. And then we're getting that house in Dubai. Just, our fifth home. Yes, I love this for you, Pile 4. That is your reading.